I wasn't planning on doing one of these today, but it is JR's birthday. And I wanted to tell him my view or my remembrances of the day he was born and the day before. So I go that evening to check on your mom, and she is in the bed and doesn't look like she's in pain, but you know, she's in labor. And there were probably 10 people in there, all friends of your parents, because they had a lot of friends. And so I stayed for a minute, you know, okay. I knew she was going to need to get some sleep. Birth is hard. So I said, okay, this isn't a party, and you guys got to go. So they said their goodbyes, and they left. And I'm pretty sure they thought, boy, she's mean. But that really wasn't my concern at the moment. So I stayed with your mom just a little bit longer, and your dad, I think, maybe left to go take a shower, go get something to eat. He came back. So I got there the next morning, and sure enough, she's in labor, and she's dilated pretty good. I think at that point in time we could see JR's hair, which he had copious amounts of hair. So JR pops out, and I got to tell you, I think that's the biggest head on a baby I have ever seen in my entire life. How did that come out of there? And then the rest of you came out, and it was good. Everything was good. You were good. You were a cute little thing with a big old head, and then your hair was all over everywhere. Jasmine's was like that too when she was born, and you looked pink and healthy. So I left for a while, and your mom slept, and then I came back that afternoon, and the nurse came in and said, "Okay, you want to take a bath?" And so she said, "Okay." So she walks across the room with the nurse. And I think, okay, this is okay. And then she gets into the bathtub and sits down, and she's soaking. And it's a fairly hot bath, as I remember. So the nurse wasn't there, and she said, "Mom, I think I need to get out. My stomach is upset." And so she stood up, and I'm holding her. She has no clothes on, okay? I'm holding her, and she steps out, and basically she faints and just goes dead weight, and she sort of hit on the bottom she hit on her bottom, rather, just sort of sat on the floor and laid back. Well, at that point in time, then, you know how whenever you see somebody hit their head on a movie, and they're on the cement and the blood comes pooling out like that? That's what I saw. And I thought, okay, stay calm, stay calm, stay calm, stay calm. But my child is bleeding out here on the floor, and I got to fix this. So I ran out there, and I hit the nurse button, and then I stood in the hall, and I said, "I need help, I need help." And those nurses came running. And so they got your mom up and situated back in the bed, and the bleeding stopped. I'm not sure if she had stitches. We might have to ask her that question. But oh my gosh, I just for sure thought she was a goner. And so we got everything situated, and I'm told the nurse, "I'm sorry, that I yelled down the hallway." She said, no problem. So anyway, we got her, and your mom got situated, and it seems to me in that area somewhere, Adela and Juan came in, and I said, I have to go meet Scott. And they said, well, we're going to stay. And so she was asleep. So I meet your grandfather at this restaurant that's at the end of Gateway. I think right now it's a crawfish place or it's a Chinese place. I really, really don't know anymore. So, and I sat down, and he said, "Is everything okay?" And I got to tell you, that was the breaking point. I started to cry and cry and cry and cry. And your poor grandfather, he has no idea what's going on because I haven't told him the story. And finally, you know, I'm able to get through the tears. I don't think there's anybody else in the restaurant, just him and me. Just a man looking like, oh my God, and a sobbing woman. And it was, that was awful. Awful. I hope to never experience another thing like that ever again. It was awful. But that's how you came into the world. Ta-da! I know probably your mom has given you a little bit of a different story, but of course, like I said, this one is from the Yaya perspective. And, you know, I'm so happy you were healthy, but I was so alarmed that my child was bleeding. And it was a very interesting day, and I hate to even think back on that day so much other than to laugh at myself, because it was kind of, you know, thinking just stay calm, because I didn't want her to think anything was wrong, which I really truly, I mean, she's passed out on the floor. She doesn't know. I could be having a heart attack and she wouldn't have known. But it was, I thought, sort of on the heels of what I told you the other day about regulating your emotions. You know, it's important to stay calm. It was important to cry too, because I was just beside myself with this, you know. And but here it is, your birthday story. I hope you had a happy birthday today. What's really funny is you're just 2 days away from Scotty's birthday, Mac's son, which is on the 11th. So, or a day away. Anyway, so there you go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday from Yaya. Happy birthday to you. Love you guys. Bye.